Okay. All right. Let me start over. Okay. Like I said, I like to start my presentations with an oil. So we're with Young Living's Brain Power because I thought that was appropriate for our brain health talk. And I wanted to just move forward since we're already 5 minutes in. So I am Tiffany Roberts. My husband and I are founders of Back to Nature Lifestyle Medicine, and we serve our community as coaches for lifestyle and functional medicine. And Dr. Gabe is a best practitioner, and we're experts in digestive health and immune health, clinical nutrition, and addressing chronic diseases through our concierge membership. And our program has helped patients with diabetes and thyroid disease, chronic pain, and many other diseases. And we really do strive to educate the community and our patients by giving them the truth about their health. So let's start talking again about what is the brain. Like I said a few seconds ago, the brain is an organ that acts as the main control center of our bodies. And this complex organ controls our intelligence, our senses, body movement, and behavior. And the brain weighs about 3 pounds, making up 2% of our body weight. Within the last 10 years, we have begun to understand more about the brain than the past centuries combined. And the brain can be divided into 3 sections, including the forebrain, the midbrain, and the hindbrain. And can any of you kind of know where these are all located? If not, we're going to take a deeper section. So the brain anatomy, 3 sections. And houses the cerebrum. The midbrain houses the uppermost part of the brain stem, and the hindbrain contains the upper part of the spinal cord, the brainstem, and the tissue called the cerebellum. The 3 primary parts of the brain are the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. The cerebrum is divided into 4 lobes of the right and the left hemispheres. Okay. Let me try to get this back up here. I don't know what's going on here. Let's go back up here. Okay. The brain stem includes the midbrain, pons, and the medulla. The cerebellum is located under the cerebrum. And between the cerebrum and the brain stem lie the thalamus and the hypothalamus. The cerebral cortex coats at the surface of the cerebrum and the cerebellum. So brain functions. The forebrain, which contains the cerebrum, this is the frontal lobe holds memories, which allow you to plan, imagine, and think. And the parietal lobe translates the senses, such as your touch and your vision, hearing, as well as speech, reasoning, and emotions. And it is important for spatial orientation and navigation. So it's very important to help you understand where you are in space. The temporal lobe processes sound and language and houses the hippocampus and the amygdala, which play roles in the memory and emotion. The occipital lobe is responsible for visual processing. It allows you to recognize friends and read books. The midbrain, which houses the brain stem, the brain stem relays information between the brain and the rest of the body. Automatic functions such as breathing, heart rate, and body temperature are controlled by the brain stem. The hindbrain, which contains the cerebellum, The cerebellum coordinates muscle movements and motor control to maintain posture and balance. The thalamus relays sensory and motor signals to the cortex and is involved in regulating consciousness, sleep, and alertness. The hypothalamus connects the nervous system to the endocrine system, where hormones are produced via the pituitary gland. And the cerebral cortex is where most information is actually processed in the brain. So left brain versus right brain. The human brain is divided into the left and the right hemispheres connected by a bundle of nerve fibers called the corpus callosum. Theories surrounding left brain dominance state each side controls different thinking styles. So the left-right brain theory originated by Nobel Prize winner Roger W. Sperry in 1981. Each side of the brain controls the opposite side of the body. For example, the left body controls all the muscles on the right side of the body and vice versa. So the left brain, for people that think that they are left brain thinkers, are said to be more logical, analytical, and objective. They have traits that include language, logic, critical thinking. They're good with numbers and reasoning. Right brain thinkers are said to be more intuitive, thoughtful, and subjective. And they have traits such as facial recognition, emotional expression, music. They're really good with music. They love to read. They have a great imagination. They have great creativity. So the right brain is a little bit more creative. So neurological disorders. So why is the brain health so important? A healthy brain functions quickly and automatically, okay? 1 in 5 people in the US suffer from neurological disorder, which are diseases of the brain, spine, and nerves connecting them. The National Institute of Neurological Disorders report the following of common disorders: neurogenetic diseases such as Huntington's disease and muscular dystrophy, developmental diseases such as cerebral palsy, degenerative diseases of adult life such as Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, metabolic diseases such as Gaucher's disease, cerebrovascular diseases, and this is your strokes or vascular dementia, trauma such as spinal cord and head injury, convulsive disorders such as epilepsy, infectious diseases such as AIDS, dementia, and brain tumors. So let's take a deeper look into a few of these neurological disorders. Dementia. Dementia is considered a cerebrovascular disease, but it is not a specific disease. It is a general term to describe a decline in mental ability. Dementia describes a wide range of symptoms. For a condition to be considered a dementia, at least 2 of the following must be significantly impaired. And we all know memory, communication and language, ability to focus and pay attention, reasoning and judgment, visual perception. Dementia is caused by brain cell damage, which impairs communication to the brain and may cause short-term memory loss. Many forms of dementia are progressive, meaning symptoms worsen as time goes by. While there is no cure for dementia, some treatment options are available. A number of prevention strategies have been identified to help with reducing risk. Well, we'll be discussing some of these in details tonight. Prevention strategies are cardiovascular risk factors, physical exercise, and of course, diet. So Alzheimer's. This is a degenerative disease and most common form of dementia, causing with memory, thinking, and behavior. Over 5 million Americans live with Alzheimer's. 1 in 10 people over the age of 65 has Alzheimer's. I don't understand why I keep losing my screen, guys. I'm sorry. I may have to record this later for you guys, but we'll keep going through. Sorry, I really apologize for that. Let me get back to my Alzheimer's. Okay. Okay. Like I was saying, 1 in 10 people over the age of 65 has Alzheimer's. Early onset Alzheimer's affects approximately 200,000 Americans under the age of 65. Minor changes in the brain occur long before any symptoms show, and prevention factors can be overconsumption of some bad fats and carbohydrates. They are at the heart of Alzheimer's epidemic. Now, good fats are opposite of that, okay? Risk of Alzheimer's is doubled by type 2 diabetes. Heart diseases also increases your risk of dementia, as ulterior stiffness is associated with a buildup of beta amyloid plaque in the brain, which is a hallmark for Alzheimer's disease. Strokes, and a stroke is considered an attack on the brain. Stroke occurs by obstruction of blood flow in the brain, causing brain cells to die from lack of oxygen. Depending on where in the brain a stroke happens will determine their effects. Because one side of the brain controls the opposite side of the body, different functions may be impaired. A stroke occurring on the right side may lead to paralysis on the left side of the body. You might have vision problems. You might have behavioral style changes. You might have memory loss. And strokes occurring on the left side will have paralysis on the right side of the body. They'll have speech and language problems. There'll be slow and cautious behavior styles and memory loss. Here's some stroke facts. 800,000 new or reoccurring strokes happen annually. Up to 80% of the strokes are preventable, okay? Stroke is the 5th leading cause of death in the US, and stroke is the leading cause of adult disability in the US. So as a parent or grandparent, you always want what's best for your child or your grandchild. So here are some suggestions for neurological problem prevention. You can get some of these off of the energyconnectiontherapies.com. So nutrition, we want to provide local and organic produce to reduce intake of pesticides. How many times do we guys talk about that? Ensure that your child is drinking plenty of water to remove toxins, but make sure that it's reverse osmosis so that you don't have the fluoride that will contain neurological issues from the fluoride. Avoid heavily processed foods, trans fats, high sugar, or artificial sweeteners. And you want to have a toxic-free environment. Utilize natural cleaners around the house. If you don't know which ones to use, we personally trust Young Living's Thieves Cleaner. Avoid fabrics treated by flame retardants. Look at natural fiber furniture. Avoid skin irritants. Look at natural sunscreens to avoid exposure to chemicals, okay? Again, Young Living Mineral Sunscreen. Try cloth diapers to avoid exposures to chemicals used in the disposable diapers to keep wetness away. Dentistry. Look at holistic dentists. There are holistic dentists here in Overland Park. Dr. Babcock is one that I would trust to go to. Avoid overuse of fluoride. Again, that's a neurological issue. Avoid mercury fillings when possible. Do a healthy development. Encourage frequent physical activities. Incorporate brain gym exercises. Those are little fun things. Limit your screen time. Do outdoor playing. That's the best for imagination. Okay, I could go on and on about kids' health, so we might have to do a different one, a separate one on kids' health later. So there are a number of lifestyle habits that you can adopt to maintain brain health. And lifestyle changes can be broken down into 4 categories: physical health and exercise, diet and nutrition, cognitive activity, and social engagement. These categories have been shown to reliably help keep your body and brain healthy to potentially reduce the risk of cognitive decline. Research has found combining activities of each category has a great impact in maintaining and improving brain health than any single activity. So we'll discuss ways to incorporate these categories into our lifestyle. Okay, break a sweat. Many studies have found an association between physical activity and reduced risk of cognitive decline. Try engaging in regular physical activity and cardiovascular exercise to eliminate your heart rate, blood flow, elevate, not eliminate. You want to elevate that, and your oxygen to your brain. So physical activities can be both mentally and socially engaging. You can try walking with a friend. This is the simplest exercise, the lowest impact, and this is what we personally do, is take a walk in the evening. Take a dance class, join an exercise group, go golfing, take some tennis lessons, join a community pool, go on a walk with your dog, or go on a bike ride. We as a family absolutely love bike rides, and there are so many different beautiful trails around here to go on a bike ride. The World Health Organization recommends adults 18 to 61 should do at least 150 minutes a week for exercise. Aerobic activities should be performed at least 10-minute sessions, so you can break them up in 10-minute sessions. At least 2 days per week, muscle strengthening activities, and we just basically do, squats or push-ups or things like that. Tips on incorporating physical activity daily. So leisure time activities could be walking, dancing, gardening, hiking, swimming. Again, transportation could be walking or cycling. Household chores, simply vacuuming, cleaning windows and dusting. Heck yeah, girl. You're cleaning your house, you're breaking up a sweat. So that's definitely included into activities. All right, so hit the books. Old dogs can learn new tricks. Continuing education during any stage of life will help reduce your risk of cognitive decline. You can get great resources at your local library, community centers, rec centers, your local college, online. There's so much information out there for continuing education, and you can find anything on a subject that you love, okay? Topics for learning are endless. Pick anything of interest, look at a local class, or check out a book from the library on any topic. Some fun ideas. Check your local craft store or your home improvement store for classes. Look for books on cooking or making your own kombucha tea. Teach yourself to sew, knit, or crochet. Look for local church club activities such as quilting. I know my grandma taught me how to quilt, and I actually do love it. Gardening, joining an online group. You can find so many out there. There's book clubs. Just find a category that you absolutely love and just start learning. Okay, there are many reasons to kick this habit. Decreasing risk in cognitive decline is another, okay? Evidence shows that smoking increases the risk of cognitive decline. Here are some tips to help. Find your reason, okay? Even in our oils, we have to find our reason of why we want to do a cleaner living. You find your reasoning. So maybe it's avoiding cognitive decline. Whatever your reason, keeping it clear in your mind will help motivate you. be prepared and get prepared. Going cold turkey doesn't work for many. Choose your method and set up a support system such as a friend to call when you're having trouble fighting that urge. Replacement therapy such as, I don't really advocate this, but if you want to slowly get out of it, nicotine gum may help with some of the nicotine withdrawal symptoms and slowly get off of that. Find new ways to reduce stress. Avoid triggers in the first few weeks. If you associate drinking and alcohol, don't do that. Avoid drinking. If you're using smoke, you usually smoke after a meal, try taking a walk instead during that time. Okay, so by taking care of your heart, your brain is more likely to follow. Studies show risk factors of cardiovascular disease and stroke, such as obesity, high blood pressure, and diabetes, negatively impact your cognitive health. Protect your brain by protecting your heart by maintaining your blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar within the recommended limits and sustain a healthy weight. I don't know if you guys can hear, but Ari is giving us a serenade back there, so. A healthy diet and regular exercise are key to heart protection. So for instance, we all know that we check for way more than cholesterol because it's far deeper than cholesterol. But cholesterol is a way to sustain, has ways of sustaining in the blood, and cholesterol is needed for every cell in the body. However, too much can be harmful. Cholesterol comes from animal-based foods such as meat and dairy, and cholesterol is also made in the body by the liver. So if you have an underfunctioning liver, you could have issues with cholesterol. So there are two types of cholesterol, LDL and HDL. LDL is the bad one because it contributes to fatty buildups in the arteries. HDL is the good one because it removes LDL. So check with your doctor for your optimal cholesterol range. We also recommend looking at your clotting factors such as homocysteine, CRP, your LPA. This is the actual genetic clotting factor. Your ferritin, your fibrinogen. There's a lot of things that need to be looked at. So blood pressure, it's recommended the two numbers, the systolic and diastolic. The systolic blood pressure is your upper number. It indicates how much pressure your blood is exerting against the artery walls when your heart beats. The diastolic blood pressure is the bottom number, and it indicates how much pressure your blood is exerting against the artery walls while the heart is resting in between beats. Typically, systolic pressure, or the top number, is the most important, and blood pressure is measured in mmHgs, meaning millimeters of mercury. Okay, injuries to the brain can increase your risk of cognitive decline. It's important to take safety precautions when possible. So always wear your seatbelt, use a helmet when you are riding a bike, and take steps to prevent any falls. If you have had brain injuries before, we should definitely check that out and give you some brain support to help reduce these cognitive declines. Common factors contributing to falls: you have inactivity is a common cause of reduced balance, coordination, and flexibility. So try yoga as a low impact activity to reduce your risk. Poor vision can make tripping hazards and obstacles more difficult to see. Some prescriptions and over-the-counter medications can cause dizziness or dehydration, which can contribute to falls. So check your home environment for simple modifications. For example, tacking down that loose rug, or avoid chances of tripping, like things in the middle of the floor. Okay, sleep. Sleep is so important. Not getting enough sleep due to conditions like insomnia or sleep apnea may result in problems in your memory and your thinking. Insomnia can be caused by psychiatric or medical conditions, unhealthy sleep habits, specific substances, or certain biological factors. So examples of medical conditions that can cause insomnia are your sinus allergies, arthritis, asthma, chronic back pain, low back pain, even your liver. If you have a congested liver and it's not working properly, you will wake up between the hours of 1 and 3, either because you can't sleep or because you're hungry or something like that. Low blood sugar can also cause sleep disturbances. There's a lot of different things that can cause sleep disturbances. So to get a better sleep, try creating a bedtime routine. Avoid using your computer or phone right before bedtime. Unplug your Wi-Fi. This is very important. Turn off your phone. You don't want to be zapped with EMFs while you're sleeping. Try incorporating a few restful stretches before bedtime routine. A warm bath or a hot shower can be relaxing. Meditation can help. We have a meditation series that I'm trying to get ready to launch online, and it's an online course, so you can increase your cognitive ability by learning a new course with this meditation course that we are coming up with. Try reading a book to calm your mind. Avoid caffeinated beverages late at night, and of course, we always love to diffuse essential oils while we're sleeping. Okay. Studies report an association between depression and an increased risk of cognitive decline. Managing stress can help reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, or other mental health concerns. There are many techniques that you can try for managing stress. Physical activity releases feel-good endorphins. Deep breathing lowers cholesterol levels, and many of our patients already know a breathing technique that Dr. Roberts has taught you. Yoga combines movement and brain for a potent stress reliever. Try relaxing to restorative yoga. Meditation, again, teaches mindfulness and can have a positive effect on mood. Guided visualizations are a great way to help you start. Again, essential oils or aromatherapy can give you a boost, can help calm the scents, including lavender, bergamot, frankincense, geranium. And for our patients, we are going to be launching aroma release technique very shortly. And this is outstanding to help with depression and some emotions that you're not able to tackle. This technique is going to be amazing for you guys. I'm so excited to be giving this to you. You can journal to help get a great release. Just get your feelings on paper and get it out, because recognizing and dealing with it is the first step. Let's see. All right. So being socially engaged can help support brain function. Pursue social activities that are very meaningful to you. So here's some ideas for great social interactions. Find ways to be part of your local community. Volunteer at the library. Join a club or teach English or read to children. See if a local park needs gardening volunteers. Animal shelters are always looking for animal caretakers. Join a choir, join or start your own book club. I absolutely love books, and I could probably start 100 book clubs because of all the books that I have. Mentally challenging activities are great for keeping your mind sharp. So challenging your mind may have some short and long-term benefits to your brain. So try learning a new skill. Work on a puzzle. Participate in strategic games such as bridge learn how to play an instrument, do something artistic like painting or scrapbooking, even adult coloring. I cannot tell you how relaxing that is. If I can just get a few moments to myself. I'm a mom of 4, so I need some mommy time. I want to go color. Read a different style of book, something different than you're used to. Again, journal or write poetry. Find something to challenge yourself. So nutrition is a huge part of any health regimen, including brain health. Typically eating a well-balanced diet, which includes a high intake of berries and vegetables and low in bad fats, but high in good fats, and no sugar, can help reduce the risk of cognitive decline. Diets such as the Mediterranean, the ketogenic, or the paleo may help reduce your risk. The Mediterranean diet is a heart-healthy diet, which may also help protect the brain and incorporates different principles in healthy eating that are typically found in areas bordering the Mediterranean Sea. So they focus on berries, vegetables, nuts, and whole, organic, non-GMO grains. Replace your synthetic butter with grass-fed butter and healthy fats such as coconut oil. Reduce your red meat intake, and if you do eat red meat, make sure that it's grass-fed. Use herbs for flavoring your food, and use Celtic salt, not your table salt, okay? Table salt is very bad for you. Use Celtic salt. Eat fish, wild-caught fish, at least twice a week, and good fish like salmon, the albacore, tuna, mackerel, or sardines. You can look at the DASH diet. You eat fats low in very bad hydrogenated fat. You eat more berries and vegetables. Again, limit your grain-fed meats, because again, grain-fed meats are very bad for our body overall. Okay, and some supplements that a number of supplements are associated with improving cognitive function. Consuming a healthy diet is the best way to achieve optimal nutrition, but sometimes it can be difficult getting all the nutrients in one day. So try some of these to help boost your memory, your motivation, creativity, alertness, and general cognitive function. Fish oil, okay, contains healthy fatty acids essential for maintaining the structure and function of your brain and have a host of anti-inflammatory effects. Resveratrol. This is a very powerful antioxidant that is found in a deep purple and red colored fruits. Some studies show resveratrol could prevent the deterioration of the hippocampus, where memories are stored. Ginkgo biloba. This herbal supplement is popular for the boost in brain power by increasing blood flow to the brain. Rhodiola rosea. Oh, we love this one. Powerful supplement often used in Chinese medicine to promote well-being and healthy brain function. And phosphatidylserine. This is a type of fat compound found in the brain. So these supplements are really good for brain health. And again, turmeric. How many times does Dr. Gabe talk about turmeric? Yes, that is a main one. We take that every day. So you can find different resources. You can go to Skillshare.com, and there's over 19,000 classes that you can look up there. You can find volunteer opportunities at your local community sites. Online brain games, mindgames.com. These are some mind games that you can look at. And I will post these links for you tomorrow when I upload the video replay. Okay, for those that are not patients yet, but you would like to further your health journey, I encourage you to schedule your discovery session. If you do that before June 29th, your discovery session is free of charge. So it's a little bonus that we have for you guys, and that is a $120 value. During this session, you can sit down with Dr. Roberts and kind of tell your story and see if our clinic would be a good fit for you. So I wanted to thank you for taking time to join me tonight. Don't hesitate to, email me your questions. You can either do it at backtonaturelm@gmail.com or Tiffany@functionalmedicinekc.com. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. I'm always here to help you on your journey to better health